Hello everyone. Figured I'd take a look at Act 5. Hey, we have snow. Did he just explode? Anyway, yeah, this build is not in any way really effective, so we'll see how well this goes. Manage Malachi without dying at least, so that's a thing. But have died to basically everything else. A lot of ice here. Ooh. As noted, once my energy shield is gone, I die very fast. Eventually going to be taking this into CI, but that hasn't happened yet. Risen Jaeger. It's one of the new abilities. I mostly just use it to apply elemental equilibrium, but for the it's actually kind of interesting. Once I get some projectile or additional projectiles into it, it might be a bit more useful. What are Jaegers? Hunters? Hunter is the literal interpretation of the word Jaeger. More burning damage, because apparently I need more. I have no idea how you're supposed to get over here normally. I assume you're supposed to go around. But I can teleport, so screw that. What the hell are those? Vendigos. And it looks like they've got Flicker Strike. Please let me get my energy shield back, thank you. Oh, some of them do explode. Okay. That's good to know. Oh, hey guys, you have elemental resistance. Well, let me just fix that for you. Elemental resistance? I'm sorry, I nuke, I think 56% elemental resistance off of pretty much anything I fight. Let's see. The Alpine Devil. Right. That's our map boss. Sorry, the White Death is what these are called. Or what this one in particular is called. And not that bad. Mostly just has high attack speed and that big Sunder ability. There we go. I will say now that I've actually got functional 4-links again, this build does do damage. It's just its durability that needs a severe upgrade. Oh, okay, that's how you're supposed to get across normally. A bridge. Of course, it's always a bridge. Oh, Harbinger. Oh god, oh god. Somehow they ended up locking me in. Why do Harbingers have collision? If it's an enemy that you can't... Oh my god, the Harbinger basically cock-blocked me right there. I just realized. Wow, what a dickish monster. Okay. These guys deal cold damage apparently on Leaf Slams. No, 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 no. None of that, please. Let me get my energy shield back. Oh, fuck. Fuck that shit. I guess we just follow this road. What an absolutely dickish monster. Ah, they've got elemental resistance too. Great. Nope. There we go. What these ancient things do. I've seen what binding does. I don't know what engineering does, though I know I have one of those orbs. I just haven't actually looked at it yet. I love that they explode in a flower. An ice flower in particular. Just realized I didn't have Arctic armor on. Oh, hey.
Captain Tavares. Altitude is imperative to forging a stable connection with the Prime Resonator in Theopolis. Power source is equally vital. Locate a fissure in the mountainside and lower a conductive cable into it. The deeper, the better. It will take an immense amount of thaumaturgical energy to execute the successful disintegration and transmission of objects, both inanimate and animate, between Highgate and Theopolis. For that kind of power, we must tap the origin. I needn't remind you of the consequences, should either of those elements prove deficient. That is why I would like you, Tavares, to be the first to test the resonator once it is operational. Accountability is a perfect counterweight to ambition. High Templar Dominus.
That's great. I love that. Adds a little bit more character to Dominus, considering we haven't even seen him until now. Hey, it works. Who's that? Huh. I still need to do the Lord's Labyrinth at some point. I haven't even done the first one. Oriath Enforcers. And Slaves? Please let me regen. Thank you. I really need to do the first one, or my Labyrinth at some point here. Because I need my energy shield nodes. Hey, that was a not a smuggler, that was an embezzler. Okay, sweet. I'm fine with this. I need more currency anyway. Like, a lot more. Seems strange I can't destroy those. I can destroy those though. Wait, can I go? That guy that was pointing, can I go fight him? He looked different from the others I'm seeing here. Look at these chakram things. Well, let's see. I guess I can. Who is that man? Sorry, man. What's with all the X's of blood on the ground? Oh, that's pleasant. Karui? Karui. Huh. Voice lines don't match subtitles. What are those? Purge hounds. Well, they die all the same, but... Huh. Some weirdest looking collar I've ever seen. Where is the exit to this place? Eventually, I want Stormblast to actually have more than just the one. Actually, hang on. We have some... See if we can't do this. Hey! Okay. And we got it all blue. Okay, good. Good. So we got flammability. Where's Stormblast? Stormburst. Okay. Now I've got Curse on Hit, Stormburst. Which is what I wanted in the first place. Eventually I'm going to add greater multiple projectiles to that so that it just throws them all over the place, but I don't have that yet. Or I cannot equip that yet. That's either going to be next level or the level after it, because I'm going to be getting agility. There, that makes things much more fluid. Now it's just a 1-2 punch. Much more fluid. Where the hell is the exit? Slaves. Holy crap, they're on our side. Well, now I can't die, because if I die, the Karuid rebel dies. Well, okay, I guess he was bound to die anyway. That's a shame. Hmm.
Too much clutter.
God damn it. Okay. If I warp... Okay, I go back to Highgate. Wow, those town portals are really powerful.
What is it, Exile?
Like, incredibly powerful.
I'm watching you.
Okay, what does an engineer's orb do? Proves the quality of a strongbow. Interesting. Yeah, I've got the greater... You know what? I will. Because I need to. I will just take the plunge. Can I get a green socket on this? Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, next level, take the plunge. We go for a greater multiple projectiles. Right, I could just set that as Storm Front now, or Storm Surge now. That is so much faster. These guys do a lot of damage due to that vulnerability. He must have hexproof. Yeah, he's got hexproof. That's fine though. I'm actually at exactly the right level. These guys are just really weak. Aside from doing all that damage. What is with the X's on the ground? Those dogs, the Purge Hounds, are actually really tanky compared to the rest of these guys. Oh shit. Ah, goddamn. Oh, and I'm all the way back here. Are you serious? This is such a large level, too. Like a genuinely large level, Jesus. It's gonna take me forever to get back. Well, we'll get there. Sooner or later. I also completely passed this by, but... Oh, I can't even go here anyway. Those do a lot of damage as well, on top of being somewhat tanky. No, you don't get away. Okay, those don't open up again. So what's going on in Oriath? Was there slaves revolt happening or what? What's going on? What are we talking about here? Oh, I also just realized I don't have the music on. Hang on a second. I have music volume. There we go. Because I want to hear what the new music is. Fitting. Somewhat grim. God, I can kill... I can really kill Harbingers fast. Hello, Overseer Krow. Who are you? Someone who is very weak to fire right now. Yeah. Go ahead, put that in. Fantastic. Hey. Hey. Hello.
The Mother of Death watches over the city with great interest. You have joined us just in time. Before you lies a great many paths, each walked by a different life. But each must come to the same end. Eventually. The feral lord's cold breath imbue. A grand treasure. Fire rains down.
Alright.
Ha! After everything I've done, it took an Oriathan to get these slaves up off their shackled asses and fighting. I guess the Templar should have treated their lessers better than their slaves, eh? Well, I'm not about to turn down a gift from Kitava. If he wants slave and outcast to join hands, then let's remind these Templar that they're flesh and blood, just like us. Utsulamakora is what they call me. I'm what passes for a chief around here. Well, I put the steel in their hands. I tell them where to stab, where to run, where to die. If that doesn't make me a chief, what does? Eh? Blood isn't the only currency we need to earn to buy our freedom. We can kill all the Templar mongrels we like out there. It won't matter a damn if we don't get inside their stronghold, the Templar courts. Might as well put my bloody chains back on right now. Problem is, there's some sort of witchery surrounding the place. Only those who see the truth with faithful eyes are getting in there. The power of innocence. It's all in the eyes, you see. Yet blessed Kitava has answered my prayers and sent us just the pair of eyes we need. The ever-faithful Justicar Casticus. He's there in the control blocks right now, smiting my people with self-righteous fury. Find him and rip his faithful eyes out. Then I'm sure the good Justicar will be kind enough to see you into the Templar courts. Take a deep breath. Inhale the twin stink of exploitation and oppression. Yes, these pens and cells have been our home away from home since the first card we were brought here by Marseus Lioneye, their great hero of the Empire. One of the best slavers they ever had. Not that he was the only one. Captain Sigmund Fairgraves funded many an expedition of the whipped backs of Karui children. High Templar Dominus was only the latest in a long line of men to grow rich by trading in misery. Oriathan wealth was built on Karui poverty. Oriathan gold will forever be stained red by Karui blood.
Fun.
Overseer's Tower, this place is called. Did you know the worst thing about the men who stood here, watching us, cursing us, descending to whip and kick us like curs? They were slaves, like us, willing to turn on their brethren for a bigger cage and a few extra rations. I can't quite put into words what a pleasure it was to take this tower, to rip the greedy eyes from those traitors. Did they see it coming? I hope so. Well, I know his other names. The Black Spirit, the Cannibal King, the Ravenous One. He was all of those things before Tsukuhama slashed out his eyes, before Valakor drowned him in the sea, before Hinekora whipped him and condemned him to immortal darkness. Kitava has learned from the suffering inflicted upon him. Learned what cruelty is from his own flesh and blood. Learned what it means to be a slave. Now he hungers for freedom. Not merely for himself, for all of us who have suffered under whip and shackle. Kitava is the tormented one, destined to rise up from the darkness and banish cruelty from this world. And we, his children, rise with him. Old Red Eyes. He's been quiet for a long time. Just like Kitava and Tsukohama, all of the old gods. Now innocence has woken up, and with him, power like I've never seen the Templar wield before. It's alright though. We slaves, we've got our own god looking out for us now. I can see him in the eyes of my brothers and sisters, smell him in the blood we've spilled, hear his call and the screams of the fallen. I don't rightly know where the gods have been or what's brought them crawling back, nor do I really care. All I need to know, my friend, is that we're not alone anymore. With Dominus away at Rayclast, someone had to keep the wheels of oppression turning. Avarius was only too happy to take the job. He had plenty of practice already, of course. It was Avarius who led some of the largest and most crippling raids upon the Ngāmakanui and the Ngākura Makoi. It was on his orders that men, women and children were shackled and shipped like cattle to Theopolis. And it was Avarius who spent 5,000 Karui lives building his Templar courts and his Chamber of Innocence, who had wives and daughters scrub their husbands' and fathers' blood from the stones so as to preserve their purity. When you meet Avarius, feel free to exact a little extra vengeance in the name of Karui's suffering.
Will do.
Old Red Eyes.
Already.
There's two parts to the Templar, the grim face and the spotty ass. Out front you've got the Templar courts, usually the last place our Hatungos see if they're stupid enough to preach their craft within a Templar's hearing. Oriath's woodmongers must do a roaring trade with that place. When the wind blows right, you can even smell the aroma of barbecue blasphemer from here. The arse end, that's the Chamber of Innocence. It's where the real earnest believing gets done. Where the young Templar go to pay their respects to God Almighty and get the good sense baptized out of their heads. I've not seen the inside of the chamber myself, but you can feel it from over a block away. Like there's an eye in your gut, peering through your insides, looking for even the tiniest stain of sin. I tell you, sane people go in one end of that place, ash and apostles come out the other. Watch yourself from there.
All right then.
An exile returned. How was that even possible? Rising out of the darkness to claim the souls of our enemies, like Hinekora in the stories my mother used to tell me. Well, your divine intervention gave us just the diversion we needed to take this tower. So if you keep doing things like that, then I might have to start believing in the gods again. Thank you for finishing off that last overseer for us. I don't know what sort of mother could have birthed that land-loving whale, but we were lucky he wasn't here when we took this tower. He'd have spread us across the floor like butter on a piece of bread. Here, take something for helping us in this hopeless fight of ours.
Oh. All right. Fire's fine. What I need is lightning and cold.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Nice. That's actually pretty good. Oh. Oh, I lost a bit of strength. What does that cost strength? Hmm. Better lightning resist.
Unlike these assorted ignorami, I'm not surprised to see you here. The beast is dead, all thanks to you, I suppose. I was listening to the beast's death rattles when these lunatics broke in, wrecked the place, and dragged me here to tend to their cuts and bruises. Thankfully, I was able to bring some of my paraphernalia with me. The balance of power is shifting in your favor, O murderer of nightmares. If I am in possession of anything that might smooth the transition of governance, don't hesitate to ask. You'll find my terms quite reasonable.
Fun.
Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense and amplify the corrupt murmurings of Rayclast, a miasmeter. I listened to those whispers for years, lingering beyond sane comprehension. And then the scream. Such profound agony that my mind was nearly sundered by its percussion. I thought another cataclysm might be upon us. But no, it was you, slaying the beast. I was witness to a singularly potent cadence. This corruption, I am convinced that it holds the very key to our human history, and with it, our very existence. Yet without the miasmeter, I'm condemned to deafened ignorance. It remains in Piety's laboratory, as long as Utula's miscreants haven't vandalized the poor thing. Find it.
Alright.
Tootles.
For freedom.
Lani's a pretty tough girl for a half-blood. Her mother was Karui, but her father, a lord with a nose for island flowers. Despite that Oriathan stain in her blood, Lani risked her life time and time again, slipping us the information that she bore between the lords and ladies of Theopolis. Honestly, couldn't have put the pieces of this uprising together without her. And she's a fighter. Struck down 2 overseers before a third managed to put that scratch on her. Don't worry, it won't slow her down for long. Not Lani.
And Valenta?
If it weren't for Lani, I'd have cut that bitch's throat the moment I met her. But Valenta seems to know her medicine, so she gets to live. Until Lani is better. Then Valenta will answer for her crimes against us.
I was wondering why.
They can't keep us down forever.
Well, we'll hope. Honestly, I think I prefer better all-round stats. Being weak to something feels real bad. Still have that plum. I'll always have that plum. Let's do a plum run.
You can ask, but you might not want. For freedom.
Yes? Freedom comes to them. We've been planning it for months. Spreading the word, stealing weapons, gathering support. Utula and his followers did most of the dirty work. carried a few messages here and there. Should have known I'd end up like this when the real fighting started. In the darkest hour before dawn, that's when we broke our chains. And as many overseer necks as we could wrap our hands around. We took the Panopticon as the sun rose over Theopolis, and that's as far as we got. When you're up against cold steel and colder hearts, there's only so far that anger will take you.
So now you're stuck here.
Few of us can say that we've devoted our lives to anything greater than ourselves. Can you? I think Utula can. Since the day I met him, I've seen Utula do nothing that wasn't in the service of his people. He's a smart one. He could have escaped. He could have sailed off to Namakanui and never looked back. Yet there he stands, our herald of freedom. I might die of this wound, yet I'd be giving but a fraction of what Utula has to honor the Karui way. I'd be dead right now if not for Violenta. I just hope I live long enough to repay her. And how will I do that? By talking Utula out of his inclination to slice Violenta's throat open. As far as I'm concerned, our pasts are as broken as our chains.
Okay.
For freedom.
Kura.
Yes, what
Wait.
is it?
Yes?
You got any chromes? Nope, no chromes.
Yes. Some time ago, I fabricated a device able to sense
Oh,
and
okay, I've already heard this.
corrupt In contrast to the company she keeps, Lani has quite an astute mind. I put it down to that Oriathan education she's managed somehow to procure. Whilst quelling whatever resistance you might meet in this noble coup of yours, you'd be well advised to look to Lani for counsel. She'd make the finest of advisors, second only to myself, of course.
Of course.
Utula might appear to conduct himself with honesty and honor, yet has all the telltale signs of a desperate man born of desperate times. As the cornered animal will bite and claw, the cornered man will lie, steal, and murder in the name of survival. It's understandable, and deadly if underestimated. I can't really fault Justicar Casticus, a man committed heart and soul to upholding the law. Of course, law isn't the same thing as justice, and men like Casticus lack the imagination necessary to make that distinction.
That's not a good sign.
Avarius, innocence. I'm not sure there's a great deal of difference. Around the time I heard the beast's mortal scream, the newly appointed High Templar Avarius went through something of a revelation. The manner in which he speaks and acts now would indicate that he believes without doubt that he is some earthly embodiment of God. That's faith for you. It'll reduce grown men to the madness of infancy. I gave Piety everything. Devoted my life to her work. What did that thankless bitch do for me in return? Left me here to polish her beakers while she pursued glory in Rayclast. Oh. You killed her, did you?
Not me.
Likely as not, you'd have killed me too had I been there. In that case, perhaps we both got exactly what we deserved. Piety and I have devoted ourselves to the betterment of the human condition. As for our methods, Piety had a saying that summed it up nicely. Would you consider the feelings of the stones when constructing a glorious cathedral in the name of God?
Suppose
Casticus
not.
supplied us with slaves, mostly Karui, and I put them to good use. In fact, I believe their participation in my experiments elevated them from squalor to splendor. Our subjects were able to give their otherwise meaningless lives to something greater than themselves. Isn't that what we all want in the end? Now, where was I?
Alright. I guess we get to move on now. Oh. Alright, that's a fun. We've still got the slaves.
A grand treasure fractures like a
Mine,
dark
mine,
mirror,
mine.
yet somehow goes unharmed.
Oh my. What is that ability? Hey, no, I see you there. Oh, this is pleasant. Solani. Is that a lightning version of Flame Surge? It looks like it. Oh, I'm not gonna deny I do a lot of damage at least. I'm wondering how well that damage holds up, though. Oh shit! No, 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 no. Hot damn, it sure is weird what greater additional projectiles will do to this skill. Rather than actually increase the amount of projectiles, it just massively improves its fire speed and spread is what I'm trying to say. turns it into a literal lightning hose. So far there's nothing too lethal here. Too lethal. Oh god. Oh, he had X-proof. I mean, I still managed to get him down to half health. Hexproof does not play well with this build. I remember that a lot. By the way, in case you're wondering why I'm saying I remember that, is because this is not the first time I've played this build. This is the second time, in fact. Oh god, the slows of those nets. I want it. I want them so bad. I really love slows. Slows are my jam. Ah! Well, I killed everything, I guess. So that's the thing. I just don't have the durability to pull off maneuvers like that. And honestly, a lot of that I blame on my gear. As I literally don't have the energy shield that I'm used to. No. I killed all of your men. Only you survived. Probably gonna have to get that pretty soon here. Curious. Golem, hit something. No, they don't have elemental equilibrium. Okay.
I simply can't express how wondrous it is to see you. What? No, not you, Exile. Yasmita. The hope of humanity lies in this beautiful device and the precious knowledge it shall divulge. Far more useful than an accidental hulk of meat and instinct like yourself. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to discover that your slaying of the beast correlates directly to the strife we must currently suffer. At least you've proved useful enough to return the miasmeter to me. That deserves some small reward, I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Farewell.
I'll take it. Guess Breath of Flames gives me more, wait. Burning damage, yeah, that's what I'm going for with that. 30% increased burning damage. Like, why was I picking that up again since I can't ignite? But it's just the burning damage. Just nope. All sorts of nope. Uh-oh. No. I will window wiper you all to death if I have to. This looks so dumb. It just really looks so dumb. Also, I just realized that's Piety's projectile. From when she's fighting you. Huh. I guess it's more ball lightning than ball lightning is. Oh wow, the Tempest just wrecked them. I guess that makes sense. They've got 0 fire resistance after. This is actually a really beneficial Tempest to me. Because I'm actually pretty close to... I'm pretty high resistance on fire. I just realized I still have Lightning Warp, and I haven't even been using it. I've gotten so used to being without it that it's just having it is... kind of secondary, I guess. Hello, Justicar Casticus. You! You're the one that I saw earlier. Oh, hey. Okay, I need my energy shield back, please. He's got no voice lines. Why does he have no voice lines? Yeah. He's the one that I saw earlier. Shit. No. Okay, this is something that I really hate about some of the level design. Is just this. When you die and then you respawn at checkpoint, and it's literally the checkpoint is the beginning of the entire level. Let's see what that is. But now I have to walk all the way back. And I hate that. This is something that I hated about the Lunaris Temple Part 2. But now we've got it in so many more levels. And it's not like this level's even all that easy to navigate, because this is a maze. There's no better way to put it. I mean, yeah, the obvious answer is just don't die. Well, sometimes it's not as easy as you'd think. The other obvious option is put a portal down, I guess. These levels are so large, though. I'm probably spending more time walking back than I am actually going, just fighting. Dead. And of course I murdered everything.
Too much clutter.
I guess we get to leave now. There's our waypoint.
thank you. By killing Casticus, you've given us a fighting chance. And about his eyes, I'm sorry you had to do that. Yet although Utula's solution might seem brutal, I've seen Karui men blinded with a hot poker, simply for looking a fraction too long at an Oriathan lady. Yes, this is war. And just a little revenge, too. Take something. A token of our thanks.
I wouldn't mind a sulfur flask, but whatever. This'll do.
For freedom.
For freedom.
You need something?
I do.
For vengeance.
Interesting. One says for freedom, and the other says for vengeance. Oh. That kind of nukes my resist, unfortunately. Still need that strength. What's I still don't have Elrion. Oh, right. Okay. Just all levels of nope. At some point I'm also going to be picking up combustibles. Which, 2 if I can. Because combustibles is a really nice skill, a really nice jewel. It's going to be going here. Or here. Either or, really. Those shields won't do jack shit against my beam. They might do jack shit against that, but ooh, that's a lot of dudes. Oh shit, that is a lot of... Damn it. You can bet I damn well need some more energy shield. This music, by the way, top tier. I'm gonna ignore most of these guys and just kind of keep moving. Just a little bit of revenge. There's a few tiny things that I want, like blasphemy and a singularity. But singularity is not cheap, unfortunately. What? Is that thing just homing in on me? It looks like it is. Oh wow, these guys have fortify. Hey. No backstab. Let's see here. More energy shield, please. We need it a lot. Oops, sorry. Oh boy. Oh, mark of cannibalism. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Out of curiosity, hang on a second, I'm gonna look up where you get blasphemy and temporal change. Fixture of, oh great, it's Ciosa, of course. I mean, I can't do anything yet because I don't have my second curse. Oh. Which does not get it, but the other classes do. No wonder I haven't seen it yet. Yeah, another reason to go visit Ciosa. Well, isn't this interesting? Oh hey, there's the area boss right there. He's terrifying, and I am at very low energy shield. Please regen my energy shield, please.
Too much clatter.
Okay, there was a red one somewhere around here. Where's he gone? The matriarch? Female, okay. The ones with the flails are female. Ow! Plus no. Do not want. Is not nice. I am on fire. I do not want to be on fire. My energy shield does not come back if I'm on fire. Please stop me being on fire. Ah, fuck. What killed me? Damage. You know, just damage. No. I said no. I said no. Oh my. You know what? Fuck it. Everyone, come over here. Ooh. No. Anyone ever teach you not to throw your weapon? Wait until my energy shield comes back.
Too much clutter.
Alright. I need this. All of this. Gotta be a way out of here. The Templar Courts. Where are said Templar Courts? Ah. Wow, I was so close. Wait, does it zoom out? Holy shit, it zooms out. Huh. Oh my god, those wings! Those wings are beautiful.
Talamoana, Savior. So you made Justicar Casticus see the light, did you? Couldn't have happened to a nicer fella. Yet now I've an even more charming chap for you to make the acquaintance of. He's over at the Chamber of Innocence, beyond the Templar Court, and I bet he's just dying to meet you. It's High Templar Avarius I'm talking about. Although he's so filled to the eyeballs with innocence that it's hard to tell where the man ends and the god begins these days. Well, that's good news for us. Kill the man, and you kill the god. And what are the Templar without their god? Lambs in a slaughterhouse.
There we go.
When I was a courier for my father's house, I'd cross Cathedral Square 100 times in a day. On the fairest days, that square would be filled to bursting with Oriath's highborn, come to bask in the sun and each other's glowing nobility. It was a pretty sight, depending on where you stood. Remember, we do this for free.
Now where was I?
Alright. Utula. I need some better energy shield gear. Mostly my gloves, honestly. My gloves are trash. These are also kind of trash, but whatever. I'll take it. Same with that.
Vengeance.
$78 versus $50, $62 versus $20. Okay, I'll take it. They've got shitty resistances, but whatever, I'll take it. Shit. Well, I can't use them yet. Well, I can use that one, I guess. 15% increased light radius.
Greetings. Remember, we do this for free.
Oh, gives me over 1,000 energy shield. I'm okay with this. I think I'm definitely okay with this. 920, whatever. I need to resist more, honestly. Nope, not opening that door. Screw you guys, I'm going home. What the flip is that? Oh. Okay, it's just a supersized Templar. Okay, kill literally anything. There we go. Star home the patient. These names, man. You know what I'm wondering is how these guys have abilities that only we should have. Have they been bringing back virtue gems from Rayclast? I guess so. Because that's Spectral Throw. Quite blatantly Spectral Throw. And that was Flicker Strike. Oh. Whoop. I wasn't watching his sword at all. Nope. On the upside, these are some of the biggest maps I've ever seen. Lunaris Temple. Temple Agitator. Oh, he does a modified version of, what do you call it? Ball light, or not ball lightning, storm call. Not opening that door. I found someone's office. It's actually really neat that they put rooms in like that serve no purpose other than to just really... They look nice. Basically, that is their purpose. You need less resist. Where is High Templar Avarius? A Vol realm. I'm not used to having to work this much just to find someone. Wall side area up there. I want to see what the new bosses are like. Hey, these are new enemies. Hey, Eowyn, Eowyn, whatever. Wow, these are taking some time to kill. What were those anyway? I haven't seen the deep black dogs yet. Demonic Hellions, apparently. Honestly, the default Hellions look pretty damn demonic now. Stay away from me, please. What the flip is that? I mean, it's about to die, but what the flip is it? Oh, and it dropped a Bramblejack. That's nice, I guess. Oh. I'm gonna have to mess with my filters. Apparently sacrifices it no longer displayed. Dude. Ah, here we are. Actually, you know what? Before I do this, since this is the first god we're actually going to be fighting, okay, I need to add pieces. Huh. See if this works. Nope. Okay, that's still not showing up. Why is that not showing up? I'll be right back. Okay, back. Let's do this. Okay. No enemies so far. Oh, here we are. Prayer guards. Constructs of some kind? Looks like it. Oh boy. Things are not looking happy on my life front. Control destruction, everything leveled up. Right, because I leveled up. Just no. Stay away from me. Please. Temple Scholar. Interesting that he is Incinerate. You'd think that they'd want to use cold or something less destructive to books. Huh, they're using bells as a weapon. That might be a mistake. Oh my god. Go away.
Too much clutter.
This is actually a really cool area of the game. I like all this lore. Triumph of Innocence. Hey, isn't that Katava? His worthless ways.
Too much clutter.
Sounds like someone's been writing a history book. And we all know who those are written by. Oh, that's the entrance to High Templar Avarius' area, I think. The Sanctum of Innocence. We're not going in there just yet. I have more story to read. Or should I have read it all?
much clatter.
Also, I have a map boss to find. Wait, was there anything back here? Okay, so from what I get, you've got Sin and Innocence, both born to the same mother. Innocence was a kind-hearted man. Sin was a hateful child. At some point, Sin was treated horribly, while Innocence was treated with great reverence. At some point, Sin ended up stealing and beat his brother to make sure that he wouldn't end up telling. However, Innocence didn't really want to keep that secret, told their mother, and it was deemed that Sin could only be purified by fire. As such, he was burned at the stake, but after he was burned, he took root in all of the villagers who came to watch. The villagers ended up turning into this giant, hate-filled monster. The monster itself was then purified, and then Innocence ended up promising that he would destroy sin wherever he took root. Interesting. Very interesting. Well then, let's go meet Innocence himself.
The world must be cleansed of impurity.
Oh. Those can't be hurt. Okay. I feel like getting hit by that is a real bad idea. Holy shit, what? Okay, this is a good boss fight. I really love this. Ooh. Okay. Don't let him do that. Okay. When they're in mobile form, they do not act as shields. Yeah, that big AoE, holy shit, that does a lot of damage. So does that one. Oh my god. No. Okay, we're good. Yo, there's a bigger dude in here. What's he doing? There's a couple bigger dudes in here, actually. Oh boy, this is actually getting a lot harder. No! Laser. No, no, shit. Oh. Could not get behind it in time. You're not my god, innocence. Hello. Who are you?
Too much clatter.
Sin.
I am Sin, the Forgotten One. Would that humanity could forget all of my kind. Perhaps with your help, that might still come to pass. For now, the blinding light has been dimmed, and darkness floods in to fill the void. The desperate and depraved set a feast for their lord incumbent, Kitava, the Ravenous One.
Holy shit, cutscenes.
Should Kitava accept their invitation, there is but one thin sliver of hope for us all. My brother's sign of purity. Look to it in the choking passages of Templar Reverence. It shall be your torch when night falls at last. He lives, after a fashion. That pretentious little vessel of his served only to encourage his divine follies. I have procured him a more sensible host, one that should contain his excesses and temper that fragile ego of his. Hear this, brother. From mind of lead to heart of gold, your soul shall be bound, your wrath shall grow cold. Though I am a god, I have not forgotten my humanity. I care for that which I once was. Kitava remembers nothing and cares for nothing but his own hunger and greed. He is an endless pit of gnashing teeth and churning guts. While other gods rise on the mainland and fight for the meager scraps of what was, Kitava has the most fecund and formidable civilization of his age at his disposal. He can feed when he likes, and he grows ever stronger with each morsel. All of Oriath shall soon belong to Kitava, and if that happens, it will rise beyond even our reach. Deep in the Templar's ossuary, in the company of the dead, there lies the sign of purity. Innocence bled himself for the creation of that cruel and desperate weapon. Tempered in his own ruby eclat, it was forged to be a transcendent tool of punishment and purification. The sign is a living agent of righteousness, or at least the dubious kind of righteousness that my brother subscribes to. Innocence found in the first High Templar a most faithful servant, and gifted the sign to him so that it might be used in times of great need. The great need of innocence believers, that is. Humanity's general well-being has never been of particular concern to my brother. I am Sin.
Okay. Well, moving on. Bannon. Hello.
What in damnation have you done?
You've destroyed him, and yet I hear the voice of innocence, begging for our forgiveness, asking for our help. You and I heard him the moment the High Templar fell, whispering inside my damn skull, his heart beating within my chest. Innocence protects us now, holds fast the door against the murderous tide that rushes to meet us. He wants you to pass through that door, to bring order to the chaos beyond. I don't understand any of this. Moments ago, I was just a soldier obeying his High Templar, Bannon the Nobody. Now, My God lays inside my head, telling me to let you through that door and to make my way to Overseer's Tower, if it still stands. It does? All right. I don't know what's waiting for you out there, but should you survive it, I'll see you at Overseer's Tower.
Oh. Okay, I wouldn't mind a waypoint at this point. Wait, was there a waypoint?
You deserve recognition for what you have done. You've freed us from Templar oppression. Yet I fear you may have defeated the lesser of two evils. Still, take something. You'll be needing it in the dark times to come.
Whoa. Wait, what? Holy shit, they just give you one of the... Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Go ahead and put that away.
Yes.
Yes, what is it?
We're glad you made it. No, damn it all, that's just too strange to abide. I'm glad you made it. And innocence tells me I need to keep helping you. So that's what I'm going to do. I know my way around weapons and armor, and all things Templar if you should want for further enlightenment on that subject. As for innocence, I don't know. Sometimes he makes sense. Other times, he's a shattered god. But he'll heal. I'll make sure of that.
Hopefully in a bit of a less puritanical
and his cult of Kitava.
style.
Enough to know what Utula's got planned. Bring about the fall of one god so he can raise up one of his own. And this Kitava, from what fragments I can piece together from innocence, he's not the benevolent kind. Please, find Utula and stop him. I'm not saying this because I want to put innocence back on his divine throne. I'm saying this because Oriath is my home. It's made some mistakes, but it doesn't deserve the fate that Utula has in mind. Lani's told me a little about Utula and his cult of Kitava.
innocence blesses your journey.
Put that in there. Alright, I gotta go. But more on this in the future. Holy shit. I was actually expecting that Act 4 would end right here. After you kill innocents. I was not expecting the... Oh, Bannon's still here. And uses a Descarai as a weapon. What was the significance of the Descarais anyway?
Hello. For freedom.
I will actually get all the dialogue out of the way because there's a lot more that just opened up apparently.
Yes. The King's Feast is an ancient ritual born of less enlightened times. Long before the Karui followed the way, one tribe would conquer another and a feast would be prepared for the triumphant king. The main dishes of this feast were selected carefully for the sweetness of their nature and the tenderness of their flesh. You see, when the conquered fills the belly of the conqueror, two tribes become one. And that's what's happening out there in Theopolis right now. The tribe of Kitava is feeding upon the tribe of Oriath, and the feast won't end until two tribes become one.
So basically cannibalism. That's pleasant.
I can't yet begin to unpick the lies that Utula has told us, but this piece of truth I do have. Utula sensed that very moment when you struck your final blow, when you broke the Templar's power. He turned to me and told me this. Now our king comes to us. He'll be hungry, so very hungry. I shall prepare him a feast. Then he gathered his followers and left. Where's he gone? Oriath Square. You won't need directions. Just follow the screams.
Pleasant.
Bannon is unexpected. At least, he's not the sort of Templar that I'm used to dealing with. His ideas about innocence almost make sense to me. The way he worships innocence and receives such power in return, it's like his devotion actually brings out the best in his god. But how is that possible? A god is a god. They bless us and they punish us, not the other way around. Yet for Bannon, somehow it's different. Remember what Utula said about Kitava? He is the tormented one, destined to rise up from the darkness, and we, his children, rise with him. It was there all along, in eyes too bright and smiles too wide. Cunning concealed by kindness. Conquest wearing the mask of freedom. I didn't see it because I was looking for something else. Hope. The cult only wanted what it's always wanted. To be born again in their father's image. They are Kitava's children, the first of his tribe. Unless you do something about it, they won't be the last.
Okay.
Once Kitava has gobbled up every scrap of Oriathan flesh, sucked every Oriathan bone dry of marrow, he'll turn his endless hunger to Namakanui and the whole Karui archipelago. As you know, the Karui will fight, and they'll fight hard, but they're going to need all the help they can get. And I know of 3 treasures that might just make the difference. They were taken when the Templar raided Namakanui. A whip woven of Hinekora's hair, a tooth that Tukohama ripped from his own mouth, a fishhook that was once the jawbone of Valakor. Together, they're known as Kitava's torments, and lie within the reliquary that borders Oriath Square. I saw them with my own eyes when delivering messages to the scholars there. Please, go to the reliquary and claim those treasures before Kitava's children do.
Will do.
Remember, we do this for freedom.
Oops. Don't put that there. Put that there.
Let me tell your future. Hello. A merchant seeks to trade. Guidance is... Hinekora, my mother of death, is not the only god, Exile. The Karui are watched over by many. Namahu lends us fire, which illuminates the path. Tafor gives us the trees and birds that line the path, so that we may enjoy beauty and peace. Tukohama provides us with weapons and knowledge of war, which lets us walk the path safely. And in the final days of this world, Kitava, whose hunger knows no bounds, will take it all away. Fate.
And now Kitava's come back.
What is it? I told you so. What more need I say? I told you so. Bannon claims that a god now lives inside his head and talks to him. What's more common? Divine possession or insanity? I'll leave you to calculate the odds. The sign of purity, yes. A descry staff that piety sent me to study at one point. Apparently it was a gift from innocence to the first High Templar, Maxarius. Dominus couldn't even bear to touch the thing, so he had it locked up in the ossuary. Quite reactive behavior for a man of such formidable intellect, yet now it's making a little more sense. The staff was certainly able to conduct and store energy, yet remained inert when I applied corruption to it. It must only respond to divine energy, and with corruption and divinity being diametrically opposed, it's no wonder that my experiments failed to excite the thing. Meaning, if the sign of purity is a repository for the power of innocence, Dominus could never have wielded it, being steeped as he was in the opposing power of the beast. You, though, you're a different matter entirely.
How do you mean?
People have talked about the return of the gods since the birth of Oriath. It's a gambit employed by charlatans to fleece the weak-minded and morally desperate. Or so it seemed. Avarius and his Templar drones now greet the dawn filled with power and glorious purpose. Kitava has risen from whatever ethereal cesspit he's been hiding in for the last few millennia. So what let the cats out of their proverbial bags? I'm a scholar, not a prophet. Yet there's one occurrence that absolutely reeks with evidential causality. You killed the beast. You really don't have a strong grip on cause and effect, do you? Things replace other things. It's the most fundamental of laws. The larger the thing you remove, the bigger the rush to fill the space that's left behind. Innocence was the nexus of power in Oriath. Remove him and something of equal or greater power was always going to take his spot. Any idiot could have predicted that Kitava was going to be that something. Unless, of course, you thought it was going to be you.
I'm not that big of a jerk.
Dominus adopted Chittis Cathedral as his personal laboratory. He decked it out with everything his miraculous mind could conceive of. His great work in Psalm, that which you destroyed, it all began there. Tootles?
Yes. For freedom.
I'm here to serve as best I can. I'm having a little trouble explaining it myself. I've never been the most devout of men, especially for a Templar. More of a soldier than a believer. But now, Innocence himself rests within me. His voice is weak, barely a whisper, yet still he has the power to keep us safe from Kitava's hunger. At least for now. For my part, I'm simply grateful. Grateful that I have a god watching my back. I'm grateful that he's given me the power to watch others in return. For a long time now, I thought my god's intentions were being twisted by his supposed servants. Did I speak up? No. The pyre would have been my only answer. I did what I was told and drew the lines of morality where I could. Now I understand the truth. It wasn't Innocence's intention being twisted. It was Innocence himself, perverted by the selfish convictions of the men and women who worshipped him. The god answers to the believer, as the believer answers to their god. A sign of purity. Let's see. A staff, bathed in innocent blood. No. Sorry, bathed in the blood of innocence. Yes, Innocence gave a part of his divine self to the thing, and gifted it to the Templar. Now that I recall, I read a tome about it when I was a cadet. Bloody long time ago. I skipped most of the boring pages, so only remember the bit where High Templar Maxarius smote with flame the army of the faithless, with one ray of its hallowing light. The book's words, not mine. Outside of my humble flesh, the sign of purity is about all that's left of Innocence. Devotion should be honored, I suppose. For centuries now, the Templar have boiled the flesh and skin from the devout, and presented the polished remains for public appreciation in the ossuary. Personally, I think it's one of the better ways to remember those who have gone before us. To touch the bones is to remember neither the legend, the legacy, nor the lies. It reminds you that those bones belong to a man or woman who was just like any other man or woman. I'd be lying if I said my hands were clean of slavery's blood. I was a soldier. I went where Dominus ordered me to go. I sailed with the expedition to Namakanui, killed Karui warriors, and rounded up Karui captives like every other bastard in a Templar uniform. So I don't blame Lonnie for wanting to take back her freedom, and I don't blame her for believing Utula's lies either. I certainly swallowed enough of Dominus's falsities to sicken my soul. It's what we do now that matters. I can see that Lonnie's heart is in the right place, and for once in my damned life, so is mine.
Good on you, Bannon.
To be perfectly honest with you, I don't trust her. Yeah, I've got my reasons. Piety kept her work pretty quiet, but her results were brutally clear. The people she took, the people she changed. Slaves mostly, and a few enemies of God. Enemies of bloody Dominus, more like it. I don't go in for black and white definitions of good and evil, but with piety in her ilk, I make an exception. Whatever's lurking inside Violenta, it ain't good. Not by a long shot.
All right then. I'm gonna have to end this here as I have work to get to, but expect to see more of this in the future. I'll see you guys later. Oh, and hang on a second. Oh, okay, there we go. Thank you everyone for joining me today. If you like my content, give it a thought to following or subscribing, depending on which area you are watching it in. If you like this content, let me know. I may do more stuff like this in the future. Actually, I'm very curious about the Path of Exile stuff because while I normally do story-based games, Path of Exile is actually one of my favorite games, and I would like to do a lot more of it on stream. So if you guys are actually interested in seeing more of this game, then I will be very happy to keep doing some of this stuff. Anyway, let's see. If you feel the need to help out, a donation button is also available on the Twitch channel. everything goes back towards the stream and games I intend to play on it. I'll see you guys later.